In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you all? Dear students, I welcome you in Pakistan International School TAI's virtual learning system, and we are on our chapter number 8 of subject science, and this is class for grade 6. Dear students, we are studying chapter number 8 and this is the sequence of the previous topic. In that we have studied about energy and its forms, and we have studied some of the conversions of the energies from one form to another. Today we will talk about the conservation of energy, energy converters, and some renewable energy sources. Yes, conservation of energy. What does it mean? Conserve means to save and to be in the same form. Like energy, if we talk about energy, there is a proper law of conservation of energy. As we have studied in the previous topic, that potential energy or any form of energy is converted from one form to another form. It can be potential to kinetic or kinetic to any other form of kinetic energy. So it means that energy is changing continuously from one form to another, and it will not dissipate, it will not disappear, or it is not created. So how the energy is formed, we will see here in this topic. Actually, energy cannot be made or created, nor it can be destroyed, but energy can be changed from one form to another. This is very, very important point regarding energy. This is a law of conservation of energy that is proven by different scientists with lots of experiments. And now, in these days, the forms of energy which we are using, that is actually the changing forms from one form to another. So here you can see the roller coaster that is moving high up. Here is potential energy, but when it is moving down, it will get more kinetic energy. Then from here, when it will move up, or from here it is moving up, so it is converting again into potential energy. So it means kinetic energy is changed into potential energy, and potential energy is changed into kinetic energy. So the forms can be different, like there is sound, there is heat, there is like some sort of vibrations, and some other forms of energies are there. You can see the pendulum. So the movement of this pendulum, like it will continuously moving with the help of kinetic energy, and this kinetic energy is triggered by the potential energy which is stored in the spring of this pendulum of the clock. So how we can prove the law of conservation of energy? That is very, very important explanation, and very simple indeed, that is related to your daily life. Like, consider a pendulum. Pendulum means what? A hanging ball. If we um hang a string with a hook, and at the end we just tie a ball with that, that is the metallic ball made up of metal. So or any other ball it can be, but metal is better, so this can be a pendulum. So when you just move this one, it moves for a longer period of time, forward and backward, forward and backward. So this is a pendulum. So when the ball stops for a moment at the highest point in its swing, so it has no kinetic energy. So then energy is all potential energy. When we move this ball and this ball goes high up here, as we know that at height, potential energy is more and kinetic energy is the lowest. So here mm, the ball just stops for a shorter period of time, the negligible period that we cannot like assume or count that period, maybe 1 second or 2 second or less than the second. So here there is all potential energy and no kinetic energy. So arrow, you can see it is moving this direction. So if we just talk about this direction, so when it moves higher up, so potential energy is increasing here. If potential energy is increasing, it means kinetic energy is decreasing at the top. Okay, so when again the pendulum is moving and it moves at its lowest point, like here, it will not stop here, but it will quickly move from here. It means here the kinetic energy more because it is the lowest point. If kinetic energy is increasing here, so definitely potential energy will decrease. So the arrow is showing like when the pendulum moves from height to the lowest point, kinetic energy increasing and potential energy decreasing at this point. But when it moves to the other side at the height, so kinetic energy is decreased and potential energy increased. It means the kinetic energy is changed into potential energy and potential energy is changed into kinetic energy. So energy is not coming from anywhere. These are the forms of energy which are going to change into one another forms. So it means conserve means there is no loss of any energy in any of the organism around the world, and but there is the change of the forms of energy. So when after a long time the pendulum stops its swing, what happens to the energy? Is the energy lost? No. According to the law of conservation energy, energy cannot be made nor it can be destroyed. So at the background you can see a girl is swinging on the swing. So you can see when it moves here at the top and here at the top, it just stop for a shorter period of time, and when it moves at the lowest point, so it moves speedily from here, it means there is more kinetic energy. But here is one point, very important point. In case of pendulum, in each swing, swing means from here, from right to left. Okay, very small amount of its energy changes to heat energy. So sometimes we can think that energy is lost, but it is not lost. Actually, when it's keep moving for a longer period of time, so this pendulum just heated up for a shorter period of time. So that kinetic energy is changed into heat energy. So when the molecules are in the vibrations, so those molecules got the energy, high energy, so that is changed into heat energy also. So which increases the temperature of the string and the ball, and but heat dissipates in the atmosphere. Dissipates means disappears in the atmosphere. So just we can say just we can say that there's the loss of energy, but actually it is not, the energy is not lost, it's changed into heat, and heat just disappears in the atmosphere. Okay, so here is an example of energy conversion. Very good example, that if we remove the lid of that box, that is um, a box, a gift box, or when like we twist this handle. So here is a spring which make it tensed, and here's potential energy stored in that. So when we open this box, so then definitely you will get frightened by appearing the jack in the box. Okay, there is another very interesting and important topic related to our life, that is energy converters. There are some devices, some machines which convert the energy from one form to another, or those are also called energy changers. And they are having very great role in our daily life, and which helps us in different which help us for making the work easier, more easier. For example, number one, there is lamp. So lamp is an energy converter. Just guess which energy is converted into which form. Yes, when we switch on the lamp, it means when we plug in the lamp, there is electrical energy. When we switch this on, so that electrical energy is changed into light energy, definitely. So energy input, there is, which is energy is going inside, there is electrical energy, and with the energy which is coming out, that is light energy. So this electrical energy is changed into light energy, so it means there is no loss of any energy, but there is some heat produced also which dissipate in the environment. Okay, the next one is a television. A television like TV, which converts, again we must plug in the television, uh, and then it will turn on, then electrical energy changes into light energy. Definitely the picture which you see, that is the light. So light energy as well as a sound energy is produced. You can hear lots of things over there, as well as heat energy is also produced by these appliances. This is very, very important. So that is one of the very good example. Nowadays you are using lots, like consuming too much time, screen time, and just sitting and watching your lectures in front of television. So that is electrical energy changes into light and sound energy. So let's talk about the next one, that is a radio. Radio is very good example of energy converter, and it changes the electrical energy to sound energy. As you know, that is just old device, but um, nowadays that has changed its form into FM. Um, FM radio, and but before, in older times, we were having the devices like this. That is, this is radio, and when we play that on with the battery or with the wire, so that produces the sound. So that also changes electrical energy into sound energy, or chemical energy into sound energy, because sometimes we just play it with the cells with battery also. Then we are having electrical drill. Electric drill that is used to make holes in the wood and metal. So that converts again electrical energy into which form of energy? Yes, mechanical energy, means it does some work. So mechanical energy is to do something. So to give any change in that substance. So that is mechanical energy. That is also the form of kinetic energy. So we plug this on, and that electrical energy is changed into kinetic energy. Then we are having very, very important example, that is washing machine. That is also with energy converter, a device which is very, very useful in our homes, and it changes again to play this to get the work from this. We have to just plug in, and that electrical energy changes into mechanical energy, and it washes our clothes and blankets and everything. Then we are having one more important example of that, that is calculator. Calculator also converts electrical energy to light energy. Electrical energy, or that is chemical energy, which is uh, uh, like which is formed by the battery, by the cells which are present in that. But some calculators convert solar energy also. Here on the screen we are having here a small solar panel which consumes the solar energy, and solar energy is changed um, to electrical energy and then into light energy. Like here it light appears on the screen and then we can do our work. Here there is a solar panel, a smaller one. So these were some appliances, devices which are very important, and these are our daily use devices. So now we are having another very interesting topic, that is regarding the energy sources, like from where the energy comes, what is actually the energy. Yet we are using more of the energies which is like from the sun. We take the energy from the sun. Sun is the ultimate source of energy. We know that we get heat, we get like light, and plants use them, then we eat them, and like that is a food energy. And like wood is formed and we use, like there are different uses. There are some other energy sources as well, like we are using in our homes coals for barbecue purposes, that is very common here, oil or petrol or diesel for running our vehicles, and natural gas which we burn at our home for cooking. So these very important three sources, they are called fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are the fuels, means the things which we use for burning. And fossils are the dead materials of animals and plants which are buried under the ground for millions and millions years ago. So when they get rotten, gases are produced, and with the pressure and heat, those substances just change into coal, oil, and natural gas. So that's why these are called fossil fuels. And these sources of energy are produced in millions of years. So these fuels would not last forever. Like if we are using these nowadays, so next millions of years are required to make the new fossil fuels. So they are non-recoverable. So these sources which are non-recoverable, which we cannot get again, we cannot renew them. So those are called non-renewable energy sources. But here we will talk about some more energy sources which are renewable, and they are very important nowadays. They are cheap, they are pollutionless, and they are very helpful indeed. Because nowadays we have consumed lots of fossil fuels, so there is shortage of fossil fuels, and that can create very serious energy problems. So alternate solutions of that, we are having the recoverable energy sources, and those are called renewable energy sources which we can make easily. So renewable energy sources include wood, water, wind, animal waste, sunlight, and tides of the sea. How we use them? Wood is for burning, definitely, but other uses we will talk about one by one in detail. So first of all, we will see about water. Water the energy which is formed from water, that is called hydroelectric energy, because we make electricity from not from hydrogen, actually from hydro means water, that is water. So we make electricity. So main important energy which we have to use nowadays, that is electrical energy. So that is made from water, and we know that water is available everywhere. We can use it to make electrical energy. So the kinetic energy of flowing water, not for stagnant water, not this which is stop anywhere. The flowing water that is having kinetic energy, and that energy is used to transform kinetic energy into electric energy. So this energy is called hydroelectrical energy, and for that purposes dams are built to obtain this energy. Dams are the reservoirs. Dams are the very big places with gates where we can store the water. And okay, very important thing, these are some benefits, some uses, and uh, useful effects of these energies, these sources. That water, because water required for producing hydroelectric energy is available free of cost, like they are in the rivers, in the seas. So the water is available without cost, so we can just use some money to make the dams, like that is the government can do this project because it needs some money. And other is hydel power stations. Hydel also comes from hydro, it means water. Hydel power, and power means the energy, which energy? Electrical energy. And stations means the plants where we like make the plants or factories where we make this energy, or the places where we make energy, electrical energy from water. These are called hydel power stations, and they do not add pollution to the environment. That is very cheap also, and pollutionless. So these are two very effective benefits, are very important points regarding these renewable energy sources. So here we will say hydroelectric power plant. So this is hydroelectric power plant. Let's see it again. So these are the dams. In the dams, here is the water reservoir. The rivers water are stored. They are made high up in the mountains. And in Pakistan, we are having Tarbela, Mangla Dam, Warsak Dam, lots of small barrages and dams also, but these are three large dams. So these are the gates. When the gates are open, the water flow very strongly. It is having lots of force and kinetic energy. When it falls here, there are the turbines. You can see this process. Here are here are the turbines. When the turbines move, they like run the turbines, or these are the smaller fans over there, and then this moves to the generator, and generator generate the electricity, and with the wires with these uh, we can just provide it to whole of the city and like different places. For next one, we will see wind energy. Wind is moving air. Moving means that is having lots of kinetic energy in that. So for making wind energy or electric energy from wind force, so we are having windmill. That is a machine which have blades, and these blades move by the energy of wind. You can see here in this diagram, in this animation, like whether they are moving more slowly, or because they are just high up on the hills and mountains, so they are having some force. And behind them there is we can see the turbines run with that wind energy, and mm, uh, like they generate electricity in the generators. So a wind farm consists of about 100 windmills almost. So this is a wind farm. Um, so we can make a very great amount of energy from them. So very important benefits of them. Number one, wind energy is available without any cost, and number two, energy does not cause any pollution. The same thing. Here we can have the biogas. Biogas is a mixture of gases. So these gases are formed by the decay of animal waste and water. So a biogas plant, this is a biogas plant. It is used to produce this gas. Biogas can be used as a fuel in homes, and we can use the remaining materials of fertilizers like the excreta, um, like the waste products of animals that is mixed with water, and there is a biogas generator. Um, there is an aerobic decomposition, like oxygen is not there, so there are bacteria which consume that all excreta or wastage, and they change them into the gas. That gas is called methane gas, and that then this methane gas, that is the natural gas which is burned for cooking and etc. So that is called gobar gas plant, as like in common language, and that is called gobar, like the wastage of the animal. So that's why it's called gobar gas plant. So in villages, that is like very common practice. So benefits of that, that biogas is cheaper than any other fuel, uh, and pollution less, definitely. If we just talk about coal and petroleum, they make lots of smoke and create pollution, but they are not. Okay, dear students, up to here, I think so. That is enough. That is like you have to learn all these things and the points. Inshallah, we will continue this lecture. We will do exercise and some more points and topics regarding this one. We will continue, inshallah, in the next lecture. So wait till the next lecture. Wish you all the best. Allah Hafiz.